around engaged scholarship and moving right away from concepts of service to doing service through scholarship. And I hope we can have some more discussion if any of those points or any of those levels that I've mentioned are of interest to you.
Thank you, Michael. Very well said. And I can see that these points are actually being repeated over and over again. Right, so let's hear now from Dr. Perry from Andalas University. Dr. Perry?
Thank you, Prof. Anna. Assalamualaikum. Sawadee-khap. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to present my paper that title in Student Service Learning. This is my university experience in university and community engagement. First of all, I would like to show you where is the Andalas University actually. So many questions before that. We do not know where is the Andalas University. It's located in west in the Sumatra Island, in West Sumatra Province, in the city of Padang. So it's not so far from KL and Singapore. Okay, at West Sumatra, at least we have three uniqueness. One is rendang food, and it just CNN International just said that it's the food's ranking in the world's 50 most delicious food. And the second one is we have the matriarchal family system. So it's a kind of society which descent reckon and the woman or in the family line. So in the family line we follow the line of mothers. So that is and another one is the beautiful natural scenery. So West Sumatra is one of the tourist destination in Indonesia. Hopefully next time you can visit my province and my university. And then we see the Andalas University. This is the main gate of Andalas University. In Indonesia we call it Universitas Andalas. And if you come to West Sumatra, you will see that so many houses that have the roof with this kind of model. It's a horn model. It's a long story actually. And this is our campus, and we located about 15 kilometers from the central of the city. It was in the mountainous area, so this from the room of the rector we can see the view of the Padang city and also the ocean. And okay, we have about 13 faculties, 1,500 lectures, and about 25,000 students. And talking about the university and community engagement, actually these subjects managed by Institute for the Community Service. The Institute for Community Service has several units that actually what I want to present today is only about the first one, about the student service learning. So the student service learning is a compulsory subject for the student that give an opportunity to strengthen their academic and soft skill through serve the community. So the paradigm is the learning and empowerment. So we start the student service learning from 1971. So Andalas University become the pioneer with the other three university, Gajah Mada University and Hasanuddin University. These three university has done the student service learning from 1937 as the pilot, the government projects. Last year, I sent about more than 3,500 students to 175 kampung or village in West Sumatra. So we assigned about 20 till 50 students for each village, and we also involved about 150 lecturers. It was 45 days program, and I assigned the student to make at least one project, one activity for each of them that is related to their field of study. So we have more than 3,500 activities. So the objective is to increase the student sense of empathy and awareness. That we know most of our student was born in the city, grow in the city, and do not go to the village, and we need to give them more broad view how people live in the community, in the village, how people struggle to life and others. And also to develop the student soft skill. Later in the next slide, I will say why we put more emphasis on the soft skill, and to instill the value of nationalism, ethics, commitment, self-reliance, and entrepreneurship. To develop research spirits. This is actually for the lecturer that involved in these projects. Then encourage the activities of community empowerment and participate in community development. So as said before that we put more emphasis in the soft skill because we believe that soft skill is contribute more for the successful of our alumni. So research that done by several experts say that only 15% the technical skill or knowledge contribute to the success of the student that graduated from the university. Others, 80% are based on the people skill or the soft skill of the student. And then this is the procedure that we have done in our university. Firstly, actually in this January, we have workshop with the province and local government. Then government will recommend the location. So one that is quite amazing for me is in the location for why we give it to the government recommendation is in the village. The people sometimes say that always ask why they don't get the student service learning. And if the one village do not get the service learning, they will blame the head of the village. Oh, our head is not good. Others have the student service learning, why we are not? So that is very thing that I think that make we are proud of what our project. And then later we have already a location. We will have coaching, training for the student from lecturers, and also we ask the government officials, also experts and leader of the community. And then we'll send the student for 3 or 4 days to make a survey and discuss with the community for their needs and the potential resources that has in the village. The student will back to the university and make planning for their activities, what they will do along the student service learning time for the next two months. And the planning would be presented to the community in the first or the second day they go to the village. We also appointed lecturer to guiding the student from coaching, survey, making a program, planning, execution, monitoring, evaluation, and report. Also, we give a chance to the group of students or lecturer if they want to make their own student service learning. They can propose, they can make proposal and send to the student service learning board, and we can provide them if we think that is good enough to accomplish in their field. And then this is the partnership that actually we collaborate each other in the student service learning. We have university lecturers and student, community, government, and the private. This is the private company that sometimes have the corporate social responsibility funding for us. The one that is also interesting is that what the community will serve the student for the accommodation. So once we send our student to the village, they'll get housing, and even in some village, the community also serve food. So the student can get free food for 2 months. Is very good. I think that it's very costly actually. And also the government project is helped by the student, and also private sector send us some funding of financial for making some program in the village. This is some of the activities. The student go to the village making a survey and discuss with the community, and this is one of the program introducing the system of rice intensification and organic farming. So this green shirt is our student. They plant rice with the community, and also encouraging community to build irrigation canal and growing medicinal plant in the yard. Training to make compost. So yesterday we went to Dankau, and this a training to women in the village how to make compost, and also we make a training for the biogas, and we use for the electricity and for cooking food. And this is the night counselor of UTM visit the location of our biogas, and training women for making handicraft, and also post-harvest agriculture production. And last 2 years we have the earthquake, and some of our students giving a trauma healing for the children in the village, and also give a training for IT and teachings many subjects. For almost every subjects, our student give more additional courses. And also traditional dance. Some of our students have good performance in traditional dance, so they teach the village youngs and boys to how to dance. This is amazing. Also in the village we have a marching band and health checks and free medical treatment. And also this is the elementary student likes be the playing doctors, and this is amazing. When I talk with the student, that mostly the children that involved with the activity with this service learning, they said, "Oh, I should go to the university. I should be the engineer. I should be a doctor." That is very, what we call, very amazing that actually in the city they have already have the spirit to continue their education. This is one of our prestigious projects. We built a house of batik and trains the community about how to make batik. And later we built a training center for the community development. This project collaborate with the Solidarity of the Wife of the United Indonesia Cabinet. So this is the organization of the wife of the minister. It's okay, one more minute. And it was formed by the First Lady of Indonesia. So this project is very smooth because when lady say yes and husband cannot say, even minister. And we do not finish yet, but we already have so many supporting. We have already computer sharing machine and many others. And this is the others is that we participate in succeeding the one village become the best village in Indonesia. The #1 best village in Indonesia. So this is the region that got the award from the president, and this is in the President Palace. What we done is we will make the special planning and organic farming and others there. And this is when our students finish their activities, some villages will give a farewell party. This is the day that full of tears actually. And then in conclusion, I can say that university has educated human resources that could be giving a significant contribution to community development. And also we get feedback for the applied research. Students of learning can develop the students of skill and also become a charger to the community empowerment and development, and government receive support to implement their program that has been set. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ferry. Talking about the possibilities and prospects of community engagement in the context of student service learning. Sorry, I had to cut the presentation. When lady says no, it's also no, right? All right, last but not least, may I invite Professor Dr. Henry Rosario, please.
Respected chairperson and my distinguished colleagues, I'm the last speaker, and I can see a sigh of relief in your face. Yes. In India we say, if you want to put any person in a tight spot, give him a nice car and ask him to drive in Delhi traffic, our capital, you know how it can be. Or put him as a last speaker in a panel. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to take you to India. No visa, no immigration, no passport. Okay. Since the whole panel discussion is about having Asia-Pacific experiences, I thought of restricting myself to my country, India, and especially to Thiruvalluvar University, which is basically an university with the arts and science colleges, and Anna University, which is engineering colleges. Okay, so whatever I am going to talk to you about our experiences, possibilities and prospects will be mostly from these two universities in perspective. I have put my college name, Sacred Heart College Autonomous. Autonomous refers to a deemed university status. Okay, now I think we shall go straight into the topic. The community engagement program, which we call National Service Scheme, the motto is not me but you. I think very meaningful. The whole aim is personality development of students through community engagement. It is because as students they also have certain needs and expectations, and so by having that exposure they are also gaining a lot, and so the focus is more about contributing to the community as well as personality development that takes place among the students. Objectives, I think you can read, to enable students to apply their education in finding practical solutions to community problems, to enable students to acquire leadership qualities and mobilize community participation in the development work. Then to facilitate students to develop competence required for group living and the sharing of responsibilities. This is the motto, aim and objectives of the program. And this program is for 2 years. Mostly for undergraduate students, or you may call graduate students, and it's in the first and second year. And once they enroll in the program, they have to go through first year as well as second year. And in each year, minimum they have to put 120 hours, not maximum. Maximum is any amount of hours they can spend with the community, but minimum 120 hours. There are two types of opportunities given to students. One is like most of the students take this. They involve in regular activities. For example, in a local community where the university or the college is located, we will have self-help groups for women, which is a very, very powerful movement now in India, Bangladesh and other countries. And so the contribution of students to such self-help groups, like, sustaining them and helping them in their entrepreneurial activities, that can be one activity. We also have small NGOs which we call community-based organization. Okay, so they may not have the